Hello, everybody. It's time for the answers for DDM 844 Muffin Tops Part 4. If you're in DDM VIP, it is February 3rd. Today was very cold. At 2 o'clock this afternoon in Celsius, it was minus 26. Yeah, that's insane because I know right now in Brazil, it's like 30. Well, at that time it was 30. So my gosh, it's a cold one today. My dog, I can't take outside. It's too cold. And normally my dog sits here with me in the office. But if I talk on the microphone, the dog thinks I'm talking to him. So the dog talks back to me. And that's no good. So I had to move the dog downstairs while I record. Anyway, it's cold. It's a real February day, that's for sure. I hope that you are doing well. VIP section, LTA, tell us an old wives' tale that you suspect may be true. I think it was it Daisies? I love Daisies. Yeah. I've listened to a couple. So far, Daisies is my favorite. Writing Mastery, if you're interested, send us an email. EVC. So I checked your sentences that you wrote on Box Note, and there were some issues, so I made some notes. Please check that out. And for the quiz, too, we had some problems. There were a few problems here, so let's go ahead and look. The green, that's what I said. I first started teaching online in 1998. True story. But it was Baum.com. It was a Korean startup.
Understand? Yeah, it's $37.50 for Three Musketeers.
Understand? Yeah, it's $37.50 for Three Musketeers. So what are we supposed to write if we're not? And this is what I wrote. I wrote this too. But if I didn't hear the video, if I didn't watch the video or hear the audio, and I saw this, I would not say $37.50. I'm sorry. I would not say $37.50. I would say $37.50. But he did not say $37.50. So how are we supposed to write it? We'll get there in a second.
Understand? Yeah.
All right. So the answer is, yeah, it's $37.50 for Three Musketeers. Now, a couple of things. Almost nobody got that. It's definitely there, and we're gonna hear that. I want you to pay attention to that. Actually, many of you wrote the number 3. You're correct. I'm old, and when I was a kid, it was always THREE, so I just wrote it out as 3. Okay. Now in the modern world, everything's reduced, right? Everything's reduced, so they just change it to the number 3, but I'm old, so I write it as THRE. So you're actually correct. If you wrote the number 3, you're correct. Most of you didn't write anything or wrote something weird, so right below this line, I put a picture of a Three Musketeers because I knew it would be tricky, so I gave it to you. You mentioned it up here, too. Anyway, let's go back to this. So my favorite mistake was 37.543. What? 37.54.3. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. We got 37. We got 54.3. Oh yeah, I love that mistake. That's beautiful. However, there's a couple of things that we must know. So let me get rid of the 37, 54. 3. I'm going to get rid of that. 4 pronunciation is what? 90%, 95% of the time, it's going to be fur. The number 4 is always going to be 4. So 3754 is this. 3754. Yes. This is 3750 for not 4. Oh, it's a big difference. 3754, 3750 for that is the difference. But the American will always catch it. Oh, how? Well, right here. If you can say it, you can hear it. Okay? So practicing numbers, practicing prepositions, putting them together, great practice. So this is how you learn. Okay? So that's it. Now, 3750. Actually, how do we write it? Because this is wrong. If you write this, which I wrote, it's $37.50. So how do you write 3750? Well, you should probably write it like this, 3750 or 3750 or 3750, like that. That's actually how we should write it. 3750. Now, I think this is European style. And that looks good to me. What about this? Can we just write this? Yes, this is possible. This 3750, can we write it like this? No. So here's a question. I don't think I've given you a question yet. So this is 3750. Okay, we can say that 3750. This is also 3750. And it's possible when, and there are two times when it's possible. So in what situations, there may be more than two, but right now in my head, I can think of two situations when this is 3750 and 3750 refers to what? Okay, what does it refer to? That's a really difficult question. So if you don't understand, don't worry. But some of you will understand the question, so try and give me an answer, okay? So anyway, it's 3750 listen for that. It's there. It's 3750 for Three Musketeers. It's 3750 for Three Musketeers. For Three Musketeers. It's 3750 for Three Musketeers. Listen.
Yeah, it's 3750 for Three Musketeers. Yeah, it's 3750 for Three Musketeers. Yeah, it's 3750 for Three Musketeers.
For Three Musketeers. For Three Musketeers. There you go. That's it. Two times. George understands perfectly. Kramer's happy. He's pleased with George's assessment. So he says to Jerry, understand? Jerry probably has no idea. It's very confusing. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. $37.50 for a Three Musketeers bar. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's what he says. Yeah, it's $37.50 for a Three Musketeers. That about sums it up. Blah, so blah, blah, blah. $37.50 for Three Musketeers is the summary. And that's true. I agree with that. Okay, so they kept saying 37.50, 37.50. And like I said, I was really surprised many of you wrote the dollar sign. Now, I had it here. So if you saw that, great job. And we can say 37.50. Now, actually, we should say 30, because of the punctuation, we should say $37.50. Okay, that's what we should say. But we just say 37.50, that's okay. So I asked you, what are other examples of 37.50? And there's at least two. Wow, you guys came up with many. Look at all of these examples of 37.50. Once again, $37.50, 37.50. $3,750, 37.50. The year, 37.50. On a stopwatch that has hundredths of a second, 37 seconds, 37.50 seconds, 37.50. The score, like, I don't know, not gymnastics, but, you know, some scores can get really big, like maybe in a video game, 37.50. The score of two basketball teams, 37-50, 37.50. We can say, so what was the score last night? We lost, 37.50. We'll say 37.50. An address, 3750 Fifth Avenue. A flight number, 3750. A hotel room number, 3750. And a product name, HP DeskJet 3750. Yes, all of these we would say as 3750. And there might be more. So if you have a question, can this be said as 3750? Let me know. Leave a comment in the box section. Make sure you @ me so I can see it. And then I'll tell you yes or no. And once again, I wrote Three Musketeers, and I wrote it out 3. And I swear to God that when I was a kid, the wrapper, the candy bar outside wrapper said 3, THREE. I really strongly believe it said 3. Is this a Mandela effect? I don't know, but I looked at the history of the wrappers, and they've always been 3. That seems really strange. I swear when I was a kid, it was THREE. So anyway, I wrote 3, and actually, I'm wrong. But I think there's some Mandela effect going on. I don't know.